Are you looking for trip ideas for Western Canada this summer? Well, I've got you covered, no worries. Imagine 10 days of freedom on the open prairies, no stress, just endless skies, easy adventures. From Regina to breathtaking natural wonders like starry prairie nights and shifting sand dunes, this roadmap is your ticket to explore Saskatchewan the easy way. Welcome back to my channel, Go Canada. My name is Diego, your Swiss-born Western Canada travel expert, and I do that with my cozy corner here in Switzerland. And as I do live in Switzerland, I haven't been to all the places I'll talk about in my videos, but it is my passion to bring this fascinating country and its beauty closer to the people. And you might ask how I can help you with Western Canada ideas or tips or trip ideas. Well, I do the research to find these special spots or show you how you get around the crowds in must-see spots in Western Canada, meaning I can look for them for trip ideas and build itineraries that you don't have to do the legwork. And if you need some inspirations from my previous videos, just check the link above where you find a playlist with other itineraries I've built so far. But without further ado, let's start 10 days itinerary in Saskatchewan. First off, we gotta look where Saskatchewan is. And as you can see, Saskatchewan is the middle province of Canada. It has 40% of the agricultural farmland in this province and is quite an underrated province and, in my point of view, a little gem as compared to other regions. But now we start in the capital city of Saskatchewan, that's Regina over here. We further on move to Saskatoon, the biggest city in Saskatchewan, and of course you're going to see some other places. So let me move over to the itinerary I've built for you, and I have a little nugget for you afterwards that you know where to find the itinerary. First off, we start the first day in Regina, and the things you must see on your first day is on one hand the Royal Saskatchewan Museum and the Saskatchewan Legislative Building. I hope I said that correctly. So after the first day is through, stroll to the city or close to the river to enjoy and finish off your day. And then the next day, you can get a bit more acquainted with Saskatchewan and head over to Moose Jaw, which is only 30 minutes away, and visit the Temple Gardens Hotel and Spa for some relaxing spa treatments and finish off the day with a meal at the Temple Gardens Hotel directly. And as you make sure that you stay within the region, look for accommodations close to Regina or Moose Jaw. That is easier when you move around. If you need some tips or insights, just let me know in the comments if I can help you with that too. I have some great ideas and have made some great experience too. Well, with that, we move on to the third and fourth day on our itinerary. We go to Saskatoon, like I've mentioned before. That is the biggest city in Saskatchewan. And what we're gonna see in these 2 days are not only the Wanuskewin heritage site, which informs you about the indigenous history and the first visitors and people that lived in the area. It also shows you some historical insights or artifacts that are over 6,000 years old. And I heard it's quite a place to be, super interesting and fascinating with great views of the prairies. And then on the second day, which is a perfect spot for families, but of course for all type of travelers too, is to see the Saskatoon Forestry Farm Park and Zoo. And you can stroll through the park and relax and wind down and enjoy the riverfront park nice. And later on, you get back to Saskatoon and try out some local eateries, which is Saskatoon famous for its diversity of different foods and dishes. And with that, let's head on to the more northern part, or most northern part of this itinerary. And we talk about the Prince Albert National Park. So we started in Regina, we're in the Moose Jaw, moved up to Saskatoon. Now we go to Waskesiu Lake in the Prince Albert National Park. It's not far, it's rather a short drive. Well, for Canadian circumstances, for Swiss circumstances, it would be a rather long drive. No, just joking. The Prince Albert National Park is known for its extremely beautiful nature, and that's why it is prone to take gentle hikes or go kayaking. For some more relaxation, go fishing, or I think you can even rent quad bikes to tour around. You can rent bikes, get more out of it, and of course fishing, like I mentioned, or just relaxed next to the water at the Waskesiu Lake, which is a beautiful spot, by the way. And also the city and the villages itself must be a quaint place to be. Apart from that, if it's a rainy day, you might consider going to the Elk Ridge Resort for some spa treatments, or spending the day in a pool area, especially for kids, might be a good option. For the ones that are looking for playing some balls and playing golf, then there's a 9-hole course just at the resort itself. And with that fun, in the Prince Albert National Park, we drive for 1,000 now. It's, I think, about 6 hours drive to the Grasslands National Park, which is down here. And it's a great way to experience the prairies, how they really are. You can see some local wildlife, from bisons to foxes, deers, whatever, mainly birds, of course. And by the way, I forgot to mention that in the Prince Albert National Park, you find the only bison herds that survived in Canada. All the others were replaced and relocated. Anyway, so Grasslands National Park is actually a great spot to explore. If you go in from the east side, I heard there are less crowds, but equally beautiful if you enter from the west side. And it's known as it's one of the most darkest sky preserves worldwide. So it makes it perfect spot for stargazing and finding your shooting star and wish something. Other than that, if you drive through the park or wander through the park, there are several hikes that have been recommended to me to explore this beautiful place on Earth. And sometimes, even if you fly over from Vancouver, I think it was to New York, you can see out from the plane the whole area, the whole prairie, and it's some kind of view. Believe me, it's really it's really nice to see, and it's interesting, fascinating. That was the word I was looking for. Jesus Christ! See, that's happening when you're a native speaker, looking for words. Anyway, so after fascinating days in the national parks, we get slowly to the end. We have been some day 7 and 8, and now we're moving on to day 9. And there I give you an opportunity where what you can do, what you prefer, depends a bit. So either way, what you can do if you're at the Grasslands National Park, you head back to Regina, or you see some of the other spectacular and unique things you can do in Saskatchewan. One thing are the Great Sand Hills, where you can marvel one of Canada's largest areas of shifting sand dunes, which is right over here. Or you drive over to the little Manitou Lake, which is famous, and it is a salt lake where you can float on the lake. It has a higher salinity level as the Dead Sea, meaning great spot and fun to swim around as you can only float. Read your newspaper, right? Or nowadays you check your TikTok on the lake. And what I've heard from locals is that the place might be crowded some days, So you better prepare for yourself to find a parking spot in time just when you plan to visit the place. So either way, you can go to the Sandhills, the Manitou Lake, or you spend the second last day in Regina directly. And that brings me to the next point. What you can do even on the second last day or the last day is either, you can also do that also on the last day, depending when your flight leaves or when you have to drive back, I don't know. You visit the RCMP Heritage Center, which is an interactive museum of history and traditions of the Canadian National Police Force. I don't know if you have known, the training center and facilities of the Mountain Canadian Police is in Regina, so you can dive into the history of it. And the other thing you can do is to enjoy the Regina Floral Conservatory and the Waskesiu Center itself, stroll through beautiful gardens and immerse yourself in the nature, and especially right in the nature in an urban area. And other than that, if you're on a Saturday in Regina, you can get to the Regina's Farmers Market, which is usually on Saturdays. I have that included on the itinerary too. I bet over these 10 days you've got a good view of Saskatchewan and had quite some fun, or maybe you will have some fun if you plan to do it. From urban culture gems to serene natural escapes and natural wonders, it has plenty of things to offer, from young to old. And if you found this itinerary helpful, or if you're interested to see more of the itinerary, I leave in the description below the link for this itinerary I showed you on the screen beforehand. And if you have any questions, just hit me in the comments. I hope this itinerary inspired you for visiting Saskatchewan and add it maybe for your next summer adventure in Canada. And if it was helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It would help tremendously and I would appreciate it very much. Don't forget to hit the bell icon too, because otherwise you'll miss all the fun and next great ideas I deliver. The next one will be for Manitoba, by the way. And let me know in the comments if you want to know more, if you have questions, like I said, or if you have some things I need to add the next time. And with that, I wish you a great day, have fun, tschüss zusammen, arrivederci, and see you soon.